Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And this is the Springboks versus Wales player ratings show. Basically, what we're going to do is on the back of that 41 points to 13 victory by the Springboks against Wales, we're going to go through all the players. We're going to talk about their performance, look at some of their stats, and talk about who really impressed us and maybe who didn't and who struggled a little bit. And it's just a nice way to sort of keep a bit of a barometer on some of the players' performance, and very interested to see what people do vote on the player rating. So for your information, the link to vote is in the comments over there. So make sure you go and start voting. Go and let me know who you're backing and what your sort of stuff. But the big thing at the moment we need to vote for is man of the match. Now that we do in the comments, not in the poll. So I'm going to ask you very quickly, who was your man of the match? And I need nominations for man of the match. First of all, I'm going to put in BITDEFENDER, who was the official man of the match. I'm trying to think of other people who impressed me. And so let me know who impressed you as well. Go jump in the comments over there. Vote on the player ratings. Let me know who you were impressed with and stuff like that. So for man of the match, we've got Zef saying Edward JP has nominated Quacker for potential man of the match. Let me know what your other nominations are. Menzies going BITDEFENDER. I'm happy to put BITDEFENDER in there, although he did get a yellow card, which is a bit silly. But after that, I was very, very impressed with him. We've got one vote for Quacker Smith. Anybody else back in the Quacker shot? You know, jump in the comments. Let me know who you're backing for man of the match. I need nominations here. Then you guys can all go and vote on it. Busy watching the box raise the coveted Qatar Airways Cup. Bit of a weird vibe, isn't it? This whole, yeah. But anyway, it is what it is. It allows us to get an extra game. I think we make a decent amount of money from it as well. So not going to argue it, am I? James Anthony has put in JC Creel as a potential sharp there for man of the match. Do you guys back it? Do you disagree? Agree? What do you guys reckon? Any other nominations here? At the moment, I've got Edward van der Merwe. I've got BITDEFENDER. There's been a shout for Quacker. There's been a shout for Edward Creel. JC Creel. I can put up to 3 people in the comments. So yeah, you can let me know what your options are there. At this stage, I'll put those other 2 in there until any other people put in their nominations. So saying Sasha made a statement of 20 minutes he had to play. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it had much to do, to be fair. He kicked nicely off the tee for that one penalty and for the try. Made a tackle, had a knock on, had a nice touch. Yeah, was tidy. But we'll talk about him in a bit. So I got another one there for Fussy, so we're happy to keep that one in there. Nobody else give me anything else, so I'm going to put in Jesse Creel into that poll. So there we go. Throw out the poll. And there it is. Just going to quickly share the stream on the socials. You guys can go get involved and make sure we can get as many people voting as possible over here, because that's kind of what we want, isn't it? Shush. Shut up. You can easily make it. Thank you. So yeah, so how this works is that you can see I've got on the screen the Oxen chair. That link is in the description. Go right now and start voting. I'm going to refresh it a few times. Give you guys a few minutes. We do have to get voting, because unfortunately we do have another stream to get to. We've got the Bulls versus Glasgow Warriors starting in 45 minutes. So lots of stuff happening today. So yeah, if you want to get involved in the voting, go and do that. But we're going to get through it relatively quickly so that we can then get involved with that Bulls game and start shifting our attention to some more local rugby in terms of being down the road for me, actually. Let's get this all on the socials, get everybody voting and everybody backing. I'd love to see what everybody has to say about it. Where's my player ratings link gone? I'm going to throw it on the socials as well. Right, so are you guys voting? Are you voting? Imposter saying Edel, Fussy, and Sasha were the newbies. Nobody really made a huge impact. Well, I mean, generally to the old squad, yeah, I mean, maybe a game which wasn't ready to be standouts, but again, I'm watching again. Jesse Creel was very tidy once again. Quacker Smith was all over the park. We'll look at their stats in a bit, and when we go through each individual performance. and then we'll go through there. So yeah, please make sure that you are voting on the polls to make sure that we do have something to go with. And I am seeing some votes coming in, so we are going to quickly refresh that page one more time, and then we're going to get into the votes. We will leave this up, by the way, for a day, and then we will go potentially post a secondary video with the final results of what everybody else had to say about the various player ratings. But let's get stuck into it, shall we? So, Oxen Chair scrummed well. I thought it was unlucky not to get more. Very tight game, actually, from Oxen Chair. I'm probably leaning towards a 7 with regards to my rating. Wasn't sublime, wasn't phenomenal, but tidy. Very, very tidy from Oxenshire. Did nothing wrong. I just want to get to his stats, and we'll talk about exactly what his game had to say. Obviously, the stats don't cover things like his scrummaging, which was solid. But Oxenshire played 68 minutes, 2 carries, 9 tackles, missing just the 1. A turnover 1 as well. So I'm going to go with a 7 with Oxenshire. 6.8, so people have gone slightly lower. So slightly off there. If you are just jumping the screen, again, it is in the comments. The pinned comment over there is the player ratings. So I'm going to refresh in between every single one over there, and so that we can then get into it. So there it is. That's Oxenshire. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to go with a 7 for Oxenshire. I thought that he was pretty decent. The average score has gone to a 6.8. Next up is Malcolm Marks, who had a quiet game on his return, which is not a bad thing necessarily. You know, he hasn't played rugby in quite a while. And the main thing was fitness, wasn't it? It was about just getting him out onto that field. And he did that. He looked pretty comfortable, didn't look off the pace. Wasn't his usual self, didn't make the kind of impact that he usually makes. But he's world class. So just getting him out the field is the main thing. So I'll probably give him an average 6. Maybe it sounds a bit harsh, 6.3. So some people got a bit further up there. But Malcolm Marks' game looked like this. Probably should have looked this first, to be fair. 2 tackles, 1 missed tackle, no carries. So lineup was rusty, to be honest. So I think an average 6 is pretty fair. We'll see a much bigger game from him come Iron. I have no doubt. Let's go to Vincent Koch on his 50th game. Again, was part of a very dominant scrum. Carried. It says no carries. Yeah, I definitely remember watching him making a carry or 2. It says just one tackle. So a quiet game from Vincent Koch. I don't think quite as solid as Oxenshire. Is probably a bit more industrious in and around the park. So I'll probably give him a solid 6 as well. 6.4. Evan in the comments saying, felt like individually players looked good and the team felt a little rusty. Might be due to new combinations or lack of intensity in the match. Probably a combination of factors, to be fair. First time we played since the World Cup, always going to be a bit of rustiness. And I think we saw the progression from the first half to the second half, which clearly showed how we were starting to gel together, starting to come together as a team. But it was going to take a while. Evan Etzebeth, I thought was immense as always. Really, really good. Let's go look at his game in review. 3 carries, 21 meters gained, a defender beaten, 2 offloads, becoming so good at offloading the tackle, 5 tackles, a missed tackle. I'll probably give him an 8, to be honest. I thought he was really good today. 6.7 seems a very, very low score. That's very harsh in my opinion. I thought he was very good. Put some big tackles in, carried well. And I suppose we become so used to the standards of Etzebeth. Franco Mostert also another big solid game from him. Mr. Reliable as always, isn't he? His game reads as follows: line out 1, so he started line out, 6 carries, 11 tackles, didn't miss a single tackle, 3 turnovers apparently. So yeah, very, very good. Maybe actually being a better game than Eben. Maybe I was being a bit too generous maybe with Eben. Because I was going to give Franco a 7, but it feels like he did enough to get an 8. Let's go with an 8. Why not? 6.7. Yeah, that's low. I mean, very, very harsh. I mean, what did he do wrong? That means, by the way, that people are voting down the 6s. So we're going to refresh, by the way, just so that the people who are just arriving can add to their votes. And again, we'll leave this up for this evening, and then we'll publish a video tomorrow with what the final votes are. But I do feel that an average 6.7 is incredibly harsh on Franco Mostert. I think he deserved a lot more. If you look at Quacker Smith, good game. A good game Quacker Smith was every. He gets penalised a couple of times, but that kind of comes with the territory. 8 carries, 26 meters gained, 3 defenders beaten, a clean break, 2 offloads, 3 tackles made, a turnover, 1 bad pass, electric around the park. Another good game. He is up for man of the match. So he probably has to be an 8 pretty much by default, doesn't he? 7.2. Okay, getting a little bit closer to what everybody else reckons. So I'm just going to give us a bit of space over here. Yeah, I thought he was good again. I mean, I think he will probably go back to being an impact player, but he's so good on the ball. He gets part. I mean, even with the ball in hand, to be honest, like he's just the fight he has in the tackle is absolutely immense. So another good game from him. Pieter-Steph du Toit, captain on the day. Another good performance from him. Very traditional Pieter-Steph du Toit performance. Very good around the park. Made lots of tackles. Equaled Franco Master with 11. 8 carries as well. 30 meters gained. 2 defenders beaten. Probably give him a solid 8. 6.8. Again, seems pretty harsh. I mean, I don't know if people know that we beat Wales 41 points to 13. I mean, yes, we had a sloppy first half, but only conceded 13 points cost the entire game. It's not exactly terrible, is it? Evan Lewis. I was frustrating game for Evan Lewis. I thought it was a bit of an average game, really. I thought he had good moments and bad moments. 13 carries, 78 meters gained, 3 defenders beaten, 4 tackles. He didn't do anything wrong. I wouldn't say it was a show-stopping performance from Evan Lewis. Silly penalty conceded as well. So that was a bit frustrating, but I think it sometimes comes with the territory. He kind of does live on the line. So I'll probably give him a 7. I think he was solid, but not spectacular. 6.7. Yeah, I mean, somebody's out there giving some very, very bad ratings, apparently, because these are all, for me, a little bit low. But that's not too far, to be fair. A 6.7 from a 7. Faf. Yeah, another good game from Faf. Had some nice moments. Looked defensively was pretty solid. We did try to keep ball in hand a lot more, so it looked a bit more like his usual sort of sniping self. 40 passes, 60 meters gained. Nothing to write home about. Probably a solid 7. I think it was good. 6.5. People going a bit lower there. So a couple people going 5. A lot of negativity apparently in some of these votes. Let's go to Jordan Hendrickse, who I don't think it's probably had as bad a game as we'll probably. I think if you have a second look at it, you'll probably realize it wasn't as bad as you probably initially thought. Looked a bit nervous, in fact, very nervous in that first half an hour. There's no denying that. And he looked like he was trying too hard. He looked like he was trying to do too much. You know, for example, that he saw that gap, tried to take the gap, slipped, and then as he was slipping, tried to throw, the miracle chicken wing pass, and probably should have held on to it, if we're being brutally honest. So I'll probably give him a 5. At the end of the day, you read his game, for example, 2 bad passes, but it's 7 points to his name. He kicked 3 out of 4. He made 6 tackles, all pretty dominant, by the way. He 3 turnovers conceded, 3 turnovers won. He was very good in defense, and after half time, looked like the old Jordan Hendrickse. I think Tony Brown just gripped him and said, "Mate, you're already a Springbok. You are now a Springbok. You realize that. You've had 40 minutes. You are a Springbok. Calm down. Do the basics. Do the basics." He's a talented player, Jordan Hendrickse. I genuinely do believe that he's a test fly half as well. And not to say that he's better than Pollard, he's better than Masuku, he's better than Sash Ngomazulu, but there's a test fly half there. In fact, I think we saw 2 test fly half, because I think we all know that Sash Ngomazulu, if he settles in at 10, which is what he wants to do, is probably also a test fly half. But I genuinely believe Jordan Hendrickse is worth sticking with. He's worth keeping around the squad, because he's going to be that standard. And if you have him and Sash Ngomazulu for the next 10 years, what a pleasure. What an absolute pleasure. So I'll probably give him a 5. I think his second half, I was probably 4.6. I don't think he was that bad, to be honest. Knock on, poor pass, and a bad kick is really it. But again, after that, we forget how good he was in defense. I mean, he had Mason Grady, who's about 1.96, 112 kgs, running at his channel, and I'd love to see how much ground Mason Grady actually made. 90 meters gained across, his various carries. That shows you that center channel between Hendrickse and Estes and had him on lockdown, which is impressive, because Mason Grady, for me, is one of the most exciting prospects in Welsh rugby. Mapimpi had a bit of a strange game. Finished well, combined well, try and assist. Didn't really manage to get involved as much as you'd like to under the high ball. His game reads as follows: 1 clean break, 2 defenders beaten, 57 meters gained, 2 attempted tackles, 1 missed, 2 conceded. I think probably 7, scored a try and assist, so you got to give him something there. 6.7, I think that's fair. Andre Esterhuizen didn't get as much ball in hand as he probably would have liked. He would have liked to have done those sort of traditional Andre Estes and barraging runs where he just runs over people, but 8 meters gained is not phenomenal. Tackling well was good though, 3 out of 3 from him. So probably give him a solid 6.5, probably a 7. 6.2. Yeah, I mean, maybe not his best game. I don't think it was that bad, to be honest. Going to some of the comments. Les Green saying Fussy was very good today. Very impressed with him. Brave Star saying Evan Lewis was great, but needs more time. Block jersey. Mr. Robot saying not a very good game. It was play, stop, game. So MC Dizzle saying that Jordan's second half was much better than first. I agree. Jake saying Sasha did well under pressure for his first game. Unfortunately, I think the nerves got to Hendricks. Malcolm Marks didn't have a great game like we know him. Yeah, I think Malcolm Marks got the type of game we kind of expected, to be honest. I expected at least. Nervy. Not nervy. I'm not. Rusty. That's the word I'm looking for. He hasn't played rugby in more than 9 months. 10 months, about to say. What? He got injured in September, basically. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, 9 months. 9 months, and hasn't been on a rugby field. So not surprising, I don't think. And yeah, I think Hendricks. I think the nerves did get to him in the first half, but I think he settled in. So I looked at both of them by the end of it and thought I'm quite happy with our options, which is a good place to be in. Jesse Creel remains, for me, the number one choice at outside centre. Since he's got that opportunity, has basically said, come take that jersey away from me. Scored a try, a good try as well. 5 tackles, just the one missed, but very good defensively. Made some really good reads. 27 meters gained, defender beaten. I'm probably going to give him an 8. I thought he was really good today. There we go. Now we're talking. That's the highest rating anybody else has given, by the way. 7.7. People backing my Jesse Creel chat. And then, the man of the hour, Edville van der Merwe. My boy. I'm watching him for so many years. Been saying for years, and people were backing me up, those who've been watching the channel, that I've been wanting to see him in the green and gold. For good reason. Today, we saw that reason. For me, it's a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10. Unashamedly. Yeah, back me. Everybody else is sitting at 9 out of 10 as well. Things you love to see. He is at the moment also dominating the vote for the man of the match. What a game it was for Edville van der Merwe. 71 meters gained, 4 defenders beaten, 2 clean breaks, 2 passes, 3 tackles made. I think he actually made a 4th. And not a single one missed. He was so good. Didn't make a mistake. Didn't put a foot wrong. That double tackle he made. Try saving. It shouldn't have been try saving because it should have been a penalty advantage. Weird. And I think if it wasn't penalty advantage, I'm not entirely convinced that Jordan Henderson throws that 50-50 pass that he does throw. The referee clearly signaled for a penalty. Faf de Klerk confirmed it. Referee nodded. Then we played, threw an intercept pass, and the referee was like, "Oh no, cool, chill, go forth." And you're sitting there going, "Huh?" So that was a bit frustrating, a bit weird. Jordan's defensive stats was 6 tackles attempted, 6 tackles made. Yeah, very good defensively. You can't argue that at all. It's why he can also play at inside centre, same as Sasha Fan Zulu. So 2 very similar players, I suppose, and kind of the profiles and the positions they can cover. Upleder Fassi, best game I've seen him play in a block jersey, which he has played a lot, to be fair. Weirdly enough, though, we're basically talking about him having a great game because all he had to do was take balls out of the air. He didn't run much. 78 meters, but I mean, he didn't beat a defender, for example, didn't really make a clean break or anything like that. One offload, but was so good under the air. I think the yellow card was a bit sloppy. I don't think it was a natural movement, the way his foot came up. I understand that you're trying to find balance, but I think that, it didn't look particularly natural. It kind of looked a bit, I wouldn't say forced, but that he did raise to try and protect himself, which you can't do. But I'll still give him an 8. Usually knock him down with 8.3. I think 7.5 is probably where I'm at with him because I usually knock a point off for getting a card. The bench, Bongi Manambi was pretty solid. Scored a try as well, so made 3 tackles. The bench is always an interesting one because they don't really get a lot of time out in the middle there. So Bongi Manambi, I'm going to give a 7. I thought he was pretty solid. 6.7 there. Intukatuna was barely on, so I'm going to give him a standard 6. 6 means average, by the way. So 6 means average, so 6.2 is fine. Frans Maherba, I thought he made a really good impact, actually. Good scrummaging as well. So I'll give him a 7. 6.6, I think it's a bit harsh. Sal Murat, yeah, nothing really much to speak about. Looked pretty solid. Made a couple nice carries. Solid at the line. I'll give him a solid 6. Nothing to write home about. 5.5 seems a bit harsh. Ben Jason Dixon looked really comfortable, as I thought he would. He's somebody as well who I really rate and I think will be a Springbok for many caps to come. 6 tackles made, none missed. Solid. No, I'll give him a 6. Let's give him up to standards because I think 5.8 I think is okay. Grant added some pace to the game. Not too much to do really, so I'll probably give him an average 6. 7.1. Yeah, maybe. He was solid. He was good. Nice player to be able to bring off the bench. Sasha Fama Zulu, not too nice kicks. Did have a knock on, so it was a bit of a mistake here and there. Played 14 minutes, 21 minutes officially. So yeah, I'll probably give him a 7. He's not an 8 out of 10. I understand the hype. I know we love seeing him, and I know that we are very very excited about him, but don't think it was an 8 out of 10 performance from him. He didn't really do much, to be fair. I mean, he had one pass, one defender beaten, made some tackles, and had 2 good kicks. So good. That's it. So I think 7's solid. But it's not like he had lots of opportunities, at the pivot, playing people in and stuff like that. So I think 7's right. I think 8, because 8 obviously means that people have gone higher than me. Some people are putting 9 out of 10s, for example, and I definitely don't think it was a 9 out of 10. But a very assured performance from him, and a reason to be excited. Damien Delendi was made some mistakes, made some great contributions. His stats actually read quite well, to be fair. In his 22 minutes, 9 meters gained, three defenders beaten, 1 offload, 4 tackles, 1 a very important penalty as well. Give him a 7. Did have that kick into touch, I suppose, which was maybe a bit of a blips on the performance. So the only thing I need to do now before I leave you and prepare for the Bull stream is to award the man of the match. Drum roll. Adolf van der Merwe, you are the Forever Sports man of the match with 53% of the votes, 215 people adding their voices. People, thank you so much. It was a great bot game. I'm now going to go and have a sip of water, collect myself, and prepare for a Bulls game, which gets kicked off in less than half an hour. This will redirect you straight back to that Bulls stream, so you don't have to do anything. You just go straight to that Bulls stream, get involved there. I'll see you guys over there. Please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well.